Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. Thank you for all that you have contributed. You guys out there are the success of this series because you're providing the information. I couldn't do it without you, so I appreciate it. I know it takes time to sit there and type me something, but it's very beneficial to me. It's definitely beneficial to other people because they can gauge what's going on in the United States, in the economy, and also in the world. So let's get right into it. If you got anything you can send me, I'd appreciate it. Send it to Southern Prepper 1, number 1, Southern Prepper 1 at yahoo.com. I have some to give you today. I have still a lot more. I could actually put another report in before the evening because I have that much more information. So I appreciate it. Let's get right into it. This is Virginia Beach, dry dog food. The Isla was extremely thin. He sent me a picture. He bought some 47 pounds of Purina Pro Plan, and it is almost $89 a bag now. So you're looking at almost $2 a pound just for dog food. This is someone wants you to check this out because it's really a good site. It's called Still Tasty, your ultimate shelf life guide. Save money, eat better, help the environment. It's basically, we'll talk about whatever you want. So if you're thinking about black beans, it will tell you how long they're going to last in the proper storage. It's a great site. I'll put a link into it, so go check it out. They don't sell you anything, it looks like. It's just a lot of good information. This is Coleman. This is sad because I grew up with Coleman. And this is the camping gear maker. And in Texas, they've been in operation 40 years. And they're closing one of their plants. They've already announced, I guess, 150 people laid off. And they're going to announce more layoffs coming in the next month. So it's sort of sad. I grew up with Coleman. Let's move over to Florida. This is a post office box. I don't know if it's a post office box that you get at the post office. They weren't specific, or if you can get a post office box at a private company, like an up store. But they've had it for many years, and they were paying $38 for 6 months worth of use, rent, 6 months. Then in January, it was raised to $76 for 6 months. Now, when they renew it in July, it's going to be $91. So just a little bit ago, it was $38 for 6 months. Now it's $91. This is huge inflation. This is San Francisco, California. This is a Safeway grocery store. They were low on meat, empty coolers, and they said this is starting to look like this more and more in different stores in the Bay Area. The pictures I'm getting are crazy. They're just empty, empty, empty. Now, some of these coolers could be down because they're not being repaired, but I have never seen this many people complaining about coolers being empty. And if it's because of the cooler being broken, I guarantee you it is because of lack of parts. They can't get them fixed. This person ordered a new Ford F-150 XL. They ordered it on 3/11/2022. And the build process, they tell you how everything's going with your process, started on 5/5. The truck was completed at 5/11, the 11th month, or the 11th day. They were promised to be arrived and delivered to them on the 24th of the 5th month, the 24th. But it's still not here. Now they've changed the back order date to maybe the first week in July, which will be coming up. So eager to see if they get their truck. Please keep us posted if you get your truck. But he was told there's 6,000 vehicles parked somewhere and they can't get loaded on a rail car or get hooked up. So there's a rail transportation problem, which we all know is here. So I don't know when this person's going to get their new truck, but that's widespread problems in the auto industry. This is an American working in New Zealand. They say gas is equivalently priced for $13 a gallon. We complain at $13. They said fresh fruit's very expensive because they're being imported or shipped in. He even gave an example of a $100 watermelon. Now, granted, it was a huge watermelon, and they have to ship it, so it's a huge shipping cost. You got to do it quick. $100. But all the other fruits that were imported were astronomically high. We are so lucky in this country. He showed me a picture of him eating a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the place was empty. He says usually that place is full. So they are feeling, I guess, the financial screws being tightened down on them in New Zealand. He also said shortage of over-the-counter pain medicine, and we have the same shortage here. These are widespread in all countries. This is the Dollar General in Indiana. The employee said that every Tuesday they raise their price. So if you're going to go to the Dollar General and buy something, and you can get in there before Tuesday, get in there on Monday, because you'll probably beat a price increase. This is baby formula. People are out of baby formula everywhere. And people are giving suggestions. Goat's milk or different recipes, and those are all good. But some of these babies need very specific because of allergies. So if you can get away with an alternative, look into that. Also look into it, because in a worst case crisis there might not be baby formula. So knowing how to make it or what you can use as an alternative is great. Breast milk is definitely the best. Some people can't do that. So you need to find out what you can use in alternative source. This guy needs a new deck or some repairs on his deck, mowing deck of his Cub Cadet. The mower has been in the shop for 5 months. That part of the mower in the shop for 5 months because they cannot get blade shafts and shaft bearings. No ETA on parts. Also, the local auto repair shop, he called to get some parts or wanted to get a car fixed. The local auto shop won't even take your car in unless they can guarantee they can get the parts, because their parking lot is full of cars parked there that they can't get parts for. This is a bottled water supplier that makes the delivery, I think, at a business. But the business can get the 5-gallon bottles, but there is no 16-ounce bottles of water that can be delivered with their 5-gallon bottles. And they were told it's a supply chain issue. There is no bottles. That's why you're seeing water prices go up and shortages. I guess it's just simply getting the plastic bottles. This is a trash company in Missouri. They've been in business, I think, 65 years in business. This viewer that uses them have been using the same company for 18 years. They were told they're going out of business, so that's sort of sad. Also, they gave the information that no car dealerships in their area has any new cars available on the lot. Let's go up to Hendersonville, North Carolina. I've been there many times, not too far from me. Restaurants all need workers. These people went out to eat on Father's Day. They went to 2 independently owned restaurants, and they were both closed early. One had a sign up because of staffing problems were closed. The other one just was closed, didn't have a reason. This person said, I talked to a car salesman in Texas. I asked how was business. She said that the Houston port was hacked. They had to close the port and redo all of the software. That backed up cars in the port. Now there's not enough truckers to bring the cars to the dealership. And that particular port delivers to 5 southern states. So another reason why cars can't get in there. Something was hacked. There's not enough truckers. I don't know why. There's a lot of truckers out there. But I give you this report. I haven't verified it independently. The purpose of this is to let you help me verify information. So something got hacked. More problems with the supply chain. This is information from a big bank. They just let go 1,000 workers from the home lending division. 1,000 layoffs in the home lending division. They also said they are raising their rates and loan qualification to discourage mortgage applicants. They believe the economy will turn down so bad that they don't want to be stuck with thousands of foreclosed properties. So another big layoff, 1,000. This is East Tennessee Walmart. It was about a 20 to 30 foot long freezer, nothing in it. The entire chicken and processed meat case, lunch meat, sausages, nothing in there, completely empty. They asked why it was empty, and a worker said the freezer was broken. This viewer has a special needs daughter. She uses a trach. She's also on a ventilator and a feeding tube that goes through a G tube, and they've been on this tube for months. It's sad they can't get the trachs or the G tube, and no ventilator circuits, whatever that means. But I will tell you, terrible. You have a loved one, especially a child, in need of medical care, and you have to hunt and peck and struggle to get the necessary cheap, these are cheap tubings, but it's widespread. Today's task for you, just pray for this family, pray for strength, pray for the supply issues can be resolved, pray for healing if necessary, and just for mom and dad to feel peace and comfort today. let's go over to South Georgia. This guy's house is near a railroad track. They used to get long lines of trains, like 100+ cars on a train. Now they're only getting short trains, like 50 cars each. And they used to run on a set schedule every day. Now it is a different. The first train used to come through around 4 a.m. That's a good wake-up call for you. But the other day, the first train wasn't there till 3:15 p.m. in the afternoon. So he's seeing train traffic down. This person's battling cancer. She's taking high doses of a chemo pill, and she had to go in to get a scan to see if the cancer has spread and where it is. She needs the contrast dye to be put in to make it really efficient. And she waited in the room, and they came and got her and took her right back to the scan, and she said, whoa, I haven't got the dye yet. Typically it takes 45 minutes for the dye to get through your system before they scan you, and the nurse said there is no dye. The person that wrote this said this: so someone is now picking and choosing who's going to live or die, or let's just play Russian roulette on people. Very sad. This is America. This is something that we need to make sure we have. We need to fix this problem. This is affecting people's lives. It's not just a discomfort. You can't find your favorite food on the shelf. This is life and death for some people. This is someone wants to tell you that you need to look at your shower, look at your on-off switch, look at your faucets, look at your valves. Their valve went bad on the hot and cold side, and they have a Kohler bath fitting, and they contacted the company to get a new replacement. 120 days to get their part. 120 days. So look at what you got, and if it looks a little bit shoddy, if it looks like it's going bad, immediately get one ordered. This is Southern Oregon. Fuel ranging in about 525 to 550, depends where you get it. Large increase in homeless population. Large increase in homeless population. Many are on drugs and mentally ill or mentally ill. They've set up tents everywhere, camping on public land, trash is everywhere in the parks and public walking paths. This person's lived there all their lives, and they've never seen it this bad. Also, I mentioned the crime is increasing. Let's move over to Northeast Indiana. This person went to get a zero-turn mower. So they looked for Cub Cadet, they looked for the Bad Boys, they looked for John Deere, and no one had a zero-turn. So they finally found one that was actually 3 hours away at another dealership in another state, and they're having it sent to their dealer so they can buy it. But common things, hard to find. Person wants you to know car batteries. They're becoming harder to find, and they're becoming expensive. So look at your car battery. If it's getting weak, you might want to replace it. This is northeast of San Diego. This is a grocery store. They said eggs have been scarce there. Organic eggs are selling for $8 a dozen. Regular eggs, $6 a dozen. Food is available, but the prices have increased between 20 and 100% in the general categories. Canned meat in that store has gone up about 300%. Canned fruit and vegetables have doubled in price. An example of some fresh vegetables: $2 for one bell pepper, $2 for one large regular onion, $2 for one cucumber, $1 for a romaine tomato. Price of evaporated milk is up 125%, and they also said that restaurant pricing for food is up between 25 and 50% generally over the board. The one positive note they said was their car wash. The car wash place where they take their car has not gone up 1 penny in the last year. So, some good news there. Let's go up to Ontario, Canada, our friends up north. They live in a rural area. They heat with propane. They just got a notice in the mail that their propane bill will be going up 30% starting on August 1st. They also said, and I quote, "My job has cut hours, and I'm only working just over half the hours I normally would work. Trying to find another job for the last couple months, but no luck. It's all just minimum wage." Hopefully they will find a job that they like and pays better than they had. This is in Wyoming. They say the tourism is down in May and June. Not many cars on the road. Many hotels look empty. The nicest hotel had only about 12 cars in the parking lot. There's empty spaces in the RV park. They said Yellowstone is close by, and it was closed for a week. I think this is before the big storms and all the flooding. So being closed for a week would definitely impact this area. So they're looking for July 4th weekend to do a good, proper evaluation of the economy, of the people there, people spending. So I look forward to, please send me another report after the July 4th big weekend and tell us, what are you seeing there? This is South Georgia. Another person has cancer and they couldn't get a proper screening because of this dye. Very sad. This is a dollar store in Michigan. There was a sign in the window when they went to go buy something, closed, no employees. Waynesville, North Carolina, not far from me. I have some friends there. They sent some pictures. They had one aisle. They took a picture of it, a long aisle, and it probably had 1,000 5-gallon buckets on it. They were all stacked together, just a big old line. So they have 5-gallon buckets, but used to be there were some other products there that they're short on. So they're trying to cover up, trying to show that the store is full, but there are products missing. This is from a person at a hospital facing scary medical shortages. Their words, not mine. This is at a children's hospital. They're short on IV tubing. Had to give a child Benadryl pushed straight through a central line due to the IV tubing shortage. Short on heparin. Have to flush with saline. Short on formula for certain people that need it in feeding tubes. Short on butterfly needles and are having to start an IV to draw blood. Scary, scary times. This person's been in the construction industry for 45 years. Currently a code enforcer. They're in the South in a large city. They said restaurants are short-staffed and reduce lobby hours across the board. Electrical panels for commercial projects are on back order approximately 54 weeks, which is slowing down local projects big time. Bad internet connections being reported across the area in the city as well as the rural area. And now construction crews are going to a 4-day work week so they can save a little bit of gas on that 5th day where they'll stay home. So they're probably working like 4 10-hour days. This is someone from a major box manufacturing company. During COVID, their business really flourished because everyone was doing online ordering. And retail sales were doing poorly because we weren't going into there because of all the shutdowns. They're talking about part shortages for machinery. Some of our 6 to 9 months out. And all vendors we work with are warning delivery times will only be worse next year. Quote, I expect plants will be beginning to shut down due to not having available replacement parts to fix machines. The person that sent me the information about the great jobs and the available jobs that work for the steel plant, could you please send me some more information? Typically I go through, I thank the person that sends me the information, and I hit the erase button, just because if not, I will have thousands and thousands of emails that I have to go through just to find one. So if you have that information, please send it to me. There's some people looking for work and maybe they're close by. That would be awesome. Article about farmers, the shortages of chemicals, the prices going up, seed costs is getting through the roof on their seeds, fertilizer. So farmers are feeling it very badly, and farmers feed us. This is a Walmart in Kentucky. They were unloading pallets of goods and they were winter clothes already sent, but they were putting them directly into clearance. Somebody said that they've been waiting for these products for the last 2 years. So there you go, boots on the ground. I hope you are enjoying this. If you got anything to send it to southernprepper1@yahoo.com. It would be greatly appreciated. Keep on prepping. Thanks for watching.